How do I choose the right sandpaper grit for wood? Imagine turning rough, uneven wood into a smooth, polished surface. The secret lies in picking the right sandpaper grit for each stage of your project. When you start working on reclaimed or upcycled wood, you might notice old paint, varnish, or rough patches. For these, you want to use a coarse grit, usually between 40 and 80. This grit quickly strips away layers and shapes the wood but can leave scratches. After that, switch to a medium grit, around 80 to 150. This helps smooth out the scratches from the coarse grit and prepares the surface for finer sanding. When you are ready to apply paint or stain, use a fine grit, like 180 to 220. This level lightly scuffs the surface, making sure the finish adheres well and looks smooth. For the final touch or between coats of varnish or paint, an extra fine grit, from 320 to 400, is perfect. It polishes the wood without damaging it, giving a sleek, professional look. If your project involves delicate or thin wood, like veneers, avoid using coarse grits below 120. Too rough can cut through the thin layers. Always sand in the direction of the grain to prevent scratches and fiber damage. For detailed areas or carvings, hand sanding with folded sandpaper or sanding sponges gives you more control. When working on upcycled wood, starting with a coarser grit helps remove old finishes and imperfections. Then, moving through finer grits ensures the surface is smooth and ready for new finishes. A typical sequence might be 80 grit first to strip old paint, then 120 to smooth, 180 to prepare for finishing, and optionally 320 for a polished look. Using the right grit at each step keeps your project looking professional while respecting the character of the recycled wood. Remember, patience and proper grit choices make all the difference in your upcycling craft.